Everyone, we're here at BNG. It's the start of C2C weekend, and I'm joined by Runaway June. How you doing, guys?
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
On my side of the pond for Jane.
Yeah.
How much have you been looking forward to this adventure? It's a big trip for you, isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
For years we've been wanting to do C2C and to get over here, so we're really excited. Literally for years we've been wanting to do it.
Yeah. And for you, I mean, this is the first real international trip for you, isn't it, to kind of play as a threesome overseas. So is there any kind of trepidation in it for you? Are you kind of nervous about it, playing to a new audience at all?
I don't think there's any trepidation, but I think we're just really excited that we have fans over here and that we're getting to perform for a whole new set of fans for the first time. We want to do a good job, you know, so...
And we've
we're
heard that the fans here are so awesome, that they really study your music and that they listen and they're not on their phones, like they're actually watching the concert, and like we just heard the best things about the fans. So.
That's what we'd like to hear.
Yeah.
But, you guys were in Mexico recently. We were just talking about it off camera. Tell us about that trip, because I was looking at your Instagram stories and it was like 2 degrees here, and I was like, I hate
It was like the
this
perfect time to go to Mexico because it's cold absolutely everywhere else,
Yeah.
and so it was like we totally forgot it was winter over there, and then we went from there to Detroit, and so that was a pretty rude awakening. Like, oh, it's still like the dead of winter. Yeah.
But Mexico is great. It's this songwriter festival that raises money for a special needs Mexican children's school, and it was so fun. Tons of our friends go down there and do this, and it keeps growing and growing, and the school keeps, being able to admit more children, and it's so cool because there's so many moments like where you do multiple shows, and there's times where we're on stage and I'm like, golly, like, for work we get to do this, or like, humming tunes and playing songs is, helping a school be funded for a whole year. It's just really, really cool. So whenever we can spare the time to do something like that, we try to.
Yeah, and it's really exciting time for you girls at the moment, because Buy My Own Drinks is like a top 25 now in country radio, isn't it? Which is an amazing achievement, particularly in the current climate for females in country radio. So you must be so kind of proud and excited to see how that's taken on a life of its own. That's all.
Yeah, and also Lipstick, our first single, got to 25, and they said we were the first female trio in over a decade to have a top 25 hit. So now we're like, oh my gosh, we're going to beat our own record.
Yeah, we're just
so
really
excited.
excited, and it will be like the highest charting single that we've had, and that's just really exciting. So we're just like hoping it keeps going.
And you put out the music video a few days ago, which I absolutely loved. The kids in that video are awesome, aren't they?
They're so good.
The whole video.
We could just watch them the whole time. We were like, they don't even need to be in it. Just put them in it.
And it's sad. It's like they had to make room for us in the video, obviously, so they had to cut things out. But it's like there was so much like awesome footage from those kids that I just wish, like, we're thinking about, like, could we just like put out a version of just them, because like they just totally nailed it. Like there'd be a take that we like, did like a one specific thing at a time, and then we'd like watch them do it, and they would do it at the same time. We're like, I didn't even realize that. They were so like intuitive. It was crazy.
That must have been such a fun shoot. Who did you work with production-wise on that? And tell us about the
Peter Zabadell has done all of our videos, and the collaboration is perfect with him. He's so good and imaginative and creative and energetic. It makes the shoot really, really, it goes pretty quick. It feels like we're not exhausted at the end.
And he doesn't make you feel stupid, because like sometimes it's like so weird on set when you have to be like so on, and like he just kind of makes you comfortable to do like whatever you want. He's like, oh, it's awesome, so then you get like
so much energy.
Yeah, because we're stage performers. We're not like actresses, so there takes a little bit of time to like get used to it. But he's wonderful, and the video came out more than perfect for us, and just the visual side of that song, it's perfect. The kids made everything, and the doggies, and it was so fun.
My dogs made babies in the video.
Superstars already.
We feel like they're
on IMDb.
But speaking of videos as well, you've been doing some off-the-road episodes as well, so tell us about those, because that's a really cool concept.
Oh, thanks.
That's fun.
Well, we just did one with Nayla from, she was in the Lumineers, and
Nayla Bikaric.
She just blew us away. I mean, she was so cool and obviously talented, but we knew that going into it, but we just had no idea what an awesome, deep person she was, and she really inspired all of us. And she is doing this album right now called
Rattlesnake Cape.
Yeah, and it's just this wild concept, and she's really just gone into it, and it's amazing. So.
It was cool too getting to talk to her. We've had a few of our friends like come on there and just kind of like humor us by doing this little thing, but you know, she was in a trio, a band that was like super successful, and so it was really nice like talking to her and picking her brain a little bit. She gave us some really solid advice. And she was a fun one.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw the one you did with Carly as well. It's
It's
nice to see you guys kind of out of the professional environment and just like in the kitchen.
That's kind of the point. Concept. Like that's kind of why we did it. Is we were like, you know, there's like so many other times where it's like you're just kind of like, I don't know, country music's such a community, and you have so many friends and so many people that support each other there. So it was just kind of a fun time to be like, let's have our friends on and like see what they've got going on and talk about what we've got going on. And sometimes they'll play music, and sometimes not. Sometimes we'll just like eat food and hang out. So it's fun.
It started off because that's what we would do when we were home. Was off the road. It's like we'd get together, we'd practice songs, or we'd talk about business stuff, and we just started having so much fun about it. We would talk about it. People were like, well, you should set up a camera. Like, so we did.
I love it. It's very cool.
It's turned into something.
Yeah, and I noticed that you also did the Country Cares thing was it in Nashville about a month or so ago?
Yeah.
And you've always been kind of really dedicated to the charity side of things, and that must be amazing for you guys to use your platform to benefit others. Tell us about that and being involved in that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the whole point of first of all, music. You're wanting to touch people and help people, and every circumstance you go through in life, music helps. And so to have a platform to raise money for amazing foundations is so cool. And we're always, like Naomi said, if we get a chance to do something to help, we're there.
And it's amazing like how when just a few people get together, like whether it's a little concert with 3 artists or a big festival, it doesn't matter, but like just with a few people getting together, they can raise so much money.
So far.
Like Country Cares, like they raise so much money just by having radio stations do these call outs and have artists come out and do interviews or whatever, and it's just like it's
and in the grand scheme it takes so little effort for us, and there's so many other people working for those foundations and organizations that are doing it all year, hours and hours and tons of energy, and then we just come in and it feels like 45 minutes and we play music and we do that little side, and it just goes so far. So it's really such a little effort for us. We're happy to do it whenever we can. It's nice that they're still asking us to do it.
But you're also doing CMA Fest as well, which is the benefiting music education over there.
And we're playing the Riverfront stage, which is so
awesome.
exciting. I jumped out of my chair when I saw the email come through. So crazy. Because I've just grown up in Nashville watching people play there and just never thinking that would be us. I mean, thinking it would be us, but
and you
still
have to work your way up at CMA Fest. I feel like CMA Fest is kind of like any job where it's like you start at the bottom stage, and it's like it's like, or sometimes you're not even on the main events, and it's just years, and you kind of every year you get a little bit of a cooler one. So for this year to have it be that is it's just going to be crazy for us. Yeah.
Well, I'm coming over for CMA Fest. It's
okay.
my first time over there, and I have no idea what to expect.
Oh my gosh,
so
it's probably like C2C. That's what everyone that talks about C2C is. They're like, it's like
there's just people everywhere.
Probably a much bigger C2C, I would imagine.
It's a lot of fun, but we're drug around. All for 2 or 3 days, just doing this and this and this, and then we get some performances. But like Hannah was saying, it's really cool to be able to play some of the bigger stages with a lot of our peers, or the shows that we've been seeing for years and years, going down there and just watching whoever, Dirk Bentley, Billy Currington, whoever it is. Now we're on this stage. It's fun. It's hot.
Yes.
So prepare yourself.
It's crowded.
It's very hot. It's crowded. So that's I don't know.
Bring
do we have any advice for him?
We'll do.
Spritzer, sunscreen,
Pedialyte.
Yeah, Red Bull.
Maybe something that extends really far so people can't get within a certain
do not buy cowboy boots, new cowboy boots, because you'll just have blisters everywhere.
Right, okay.
No, I like the idea of doing these brand new really sparkly I'm doing it.
That would finish me after one day.
Blend right in.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It should be cool, and I'm gonna check you guys out on the riverfront.
Yay!
And speaking of live shows as well, for just finally, you're going on tour with Carrie very soon.
We are.
So you must be so looking forward to that experience, because it's like a real girl power lineup, isn't it? That with Maddie Taylor as well.
It's definitely turned into like the girl power show for sure. But what's cool is like Carrie is she's just such a legend, and so we get to learn from her, but also it's like just the way that she's kind of doing it, and she's just somebody that's like lifting up and just helping other females, but in a very empowering way. So it's like it's not branded as some all female novelty kind of tour. She's just like, no, it's going to be an epic tour, just like all my other tours, and it's like I just think it's really a special tour to be on.
Yeah.
And just finally, what's the update on new music? Are you working towards an eventual album at some point?
Yes, we're actually, when we come home from here, we're going to California for a festival, and then we're going back home and recording the rest of the album. So we're really excited.
So when do you kind of expect that to?
We are trying to get it out by June. That's our goal.
Runaway June.
Runaway June.
Yeah, we're trying, but the music will be done probably before that. But then it takes a little while to get everything packaged and everything out. So June, definitely like in the Carrie tour, we're gonna have it out, and we're so excited. It's been so long for us too. But I mean, we've written so many new songs, and our lives have kind of taken different paths. So in a lot of ways, it's been a blessing that we have had this much time to really get the music right and be able to tell the stories that we've been living a different life for 2 years on the road, and so that's really brought up different subjects and different parts in our lives, and so we get to give our fans and people an insight on what we've been what our life has been like for the last 2 years. So it's a blessing and in disguise, I guess, but it's been agony for us too.
Can you imagine? We're looking forward to hearing it anyway, and we'll hopefully catch up with you through at CMI Fest.
Yes, definitely. We'll make it happen.
And thank
we'll
you for
look
doing
for your
this.
boots.
Pink bedazzled
We'll spot you from the stage.
But yeah, thank you for doing this, girls. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Enjoy C2C.
Thank you. We will.